Good morning from El Chalten in Argentina. It is 4 a.m. and this video is all about a guide to the best photography spots in the area, and it all starts right now. Let's go. And we have made it. This is Laguna Torre behind me, and Cerro Torre, a very popular mountain, is sort of hiding behind clouds back there. But this is the first location as part of this guide video, and it is about 8 in the morning. We've been hiking for 3 hours, just over 3 hours. We started at 3:45, 4 a.m., the actual walk. And my group is just here behind me. And there's actually 2 other photography groups here right now, which is kind of crazy. So it is a bit of a popular location for sunrise, but you can see why. Beautiful views, beautiful reflections. There's no wind right now. The conditions are actually really quite good, except there's a low cloud kind of hanging onto the Torre. So other than that, this is a beautiful sunrise spot, as is almost every spot in this video actually. There's El Chalten is a very good sunrise location for landscape. Sunsets behind the mountains at this time of year. This is autumn, which is why we're here for the fall colors, which you'll see a lot of in this video. But the sunrise is what it's all about. So that's why we get up so early to come here. That's why there's so many people along the lake, because the sunrise light just hits this mountain perfectly. So you want to get up nice and early. It's a 9-kilometer walk one way, so 18 kilometers both directions. So it takes about 3 hours from El Chalten. It's not very difficult. There's not very much elevation gain. It's just a long walk. But for most people that have relative fitness, it's pretty easy. So this is the first spot, Laguna Torre and Cerro Torre. It is time for us to leave Laguna Torre. We've been here for about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Got some great light this morning, which is nice. But we're gonna take 5 hours to get back. So take our sweet time going through the forest, because the Patagonian fall colors are something else. And we are here at the perfect time of year. It's late April 2024. And we're gonna take our sweet time going through the forest, because we're bound to get great photos. For you guys still watching this video, there's 2 sort of main tips that I want to give you for this area, Laguna Torre. You can camp here. There's a campsite called Agostini, and that's the first tip I would highly recommend if you got a lot of time to set up camp here, because that gives you more time in this specific area. Obviously, you don't have to hike as far once you're here. You have to get here, but still, once you're here, you can spend more time in the area, because it really is something special to just walk around this lake and explore different perspectives on the glacier, on the Cerro Torre itself. Second tip is really mind your weather. You gotta get the weather window. Sounds kind of, I don't know, self-explanatory, but it is something that is very, very important. So beware of the weather and make sure you pick a good couple of days to come here, because if it's socked in and windy and raining, not a pleasant place to be. But when it's beautiful like this, absolutely stunning. So yes, first tip, camp at Agostini if you have the time. Second tip, mind the weather, watch the weather, which sounds self-explanatory, but it is what it is. The second tip as part of this video is to shoot in the forest. The forest, or el bosque, is absolutely incredible this time of year. And in general, this is Lenga Forest. It's unique in the world. This is the only area that this type of tree grows. There are some Nire trees in Australia and New Zealand, but this Lenga forest is very unique to Patagonia and the southern part of South America. So very kind of magic vibe to this forest. You got this like old man's beard moss hanging on to the bark and to the tree limbs, and then of course these little tiny lenga leaves that change color in the fall. And it really, there's like hundreds and hundreds of woodland compositions waiting for you here. So if you like photographing in the woods, this is a paradise. It's really, really beautiful. And an important tip about that too is this is a good option for when the weather's really crap. So if it's raining or if it's overcast or if it's really crazy, you know, socked in, you can't see anything, come to the trees. The next location as part of this video is a classic spot known as Chorrillo del Salto, which is a waterfall just outside of El Chalten town. You can get here walking from the town or riding bikes or driving. There is a parking lot, and from the actual parking lot, it's only maybe a kilometer walking, not even 15 minutes along a nice beautiful path to get to an awesome location. So this is probably best again when the weather is like bad, because you get a lot of the color in the leaves. You don't need a big vista, and if it's cloudy or if the mountains aren't showing, then this is a great option. Also a good option for sunset, and you're about to see why. You want kind of muted light. You don't need like direct sunlight for this location. It looks really nice when you've got muted light, because you can really emphasize the colors. Use some ND filters to get that long exposure effect on the waterfall, and it looks awesome. So you're about to see Chorrillo del Salto. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's gonna be freezing. You just gotta get in. You just gotta get in. You just gotta get in. Oh man, that's fucking cold. Fuck, fuck, fuck. All right, welcome to another day here in Patagonia. For you guys, nothing has changed whatsoever, but for us, an entire day has gone by, and we're back at Chorrillo del Salto, where I left off just yesterday, but again, for you, doesn't matter, vlogging world. We're at another spot. This is the top of Chorrillo del Salto, and there's a small little trail that you can follow to get up here behind the bathrooms. So for those of you who are taking notes, the bathrooms by Chorrillo del Salto, there's a small little trail heading up the hill. Takes you about 10 or 15 minutes to get up to that next level above the waterfall, but to the left of the waterfall. And then you follow that up into this area where you will find a second waterfall, which you can see back there. Absolutely beautiful for photography. It is a perfect landscape shot, especially when there's good fall colors. Also is a very good swimming spot. So I'm not gonna go swimming again, even though I want to. Definitely in the mood for another ice bath where we got a little less time. But this place, look at this lagoon. This would be the perfect spot for an ice bath right there. So if you're here in the summertime and you want to go for a swim and nobody's around, come up to the second area above Chorrillo del Salto main waterfall. It's just perfect. This is amazing. All right, I know I said I wouldn't go swimming, but it was far too tempting. Just beautiful, beautiful conditions. The water is absolutely crystal clear, freezing cold, Absolutely love it. I didn't stay in for 5 minutes like I did yesterday, which is in the same video, but still feeling super refreshed, got tons of energy and ready to go shoot sunset. So we're gonna head out to the road because we'll get a really nice view of Fitzroy for the first time in like 2.5 days. So the guys are really looking forward to that. And I'll show you two a couple locations that actually photograph much better at sunrise. And we might still put them into this video, but we're gonna go there now for sunset anyway, because yeah, I think it's gonna look cool. The conditions are gonna be good for it. So that's where we're going next. All right, we made it to the next location. This is about maybe 5 kilometers outside of El Chalten. It's our sweet vehicle, by the way. Let's Go Experience Chile. Check them out. I'll link it in the description. Awesome tour operator of Puerto Varas. But that's not Patagonia, well, not southern Patagonia. This is Cañadón del Río de las Vueltas. Amazing spot to take sunrise photos. The best place is probably just through this little fence. There's an entrance you can easily get here. It's open to the public. Walk through this this gate, about 2 minutes, not even 3 minutes, and you end up at a really nice photo of the Rio de las Vueltas, headed straight towards this background of Cerro Fitzroy. Now it's sunset right now, so the light's not great. It's super backlit. This is a great example of why this is a sunrise location, because the sun sets, at least this time of year, right behind the Fitzroy and Poisonot and Cerro Torre. So it looks pretty cool with the road leading towards it and the silhouette, but it looks much better at sunrise with beautiful light. So we're gonna shoot it now because the conditions are right and we have enough time, but we're really also here for the Cañadón de Rio de las Vueltas, which is just 2 minutes over there. So you got that shot and this shot. Test. Well, hello from the future. I'm cutting in on myself on my edit here to wrap this one up because it's part 1 of what will be a 2-part series. This has been like a 3.5 hour timeline that I'm trying to compress into like 2 15-minute segments. So this first one, we've covered the locations of Laguna Torre and the best views of Cerro Torre around the campsite of Agostini, and some of the woodland photography that you can access in the trails. And a lot of these Lenga forests and Nire forests are accessible by all the trails around El Chalten, and we're gonna see more of that in the next video when we go up to Laguna Los Tres, the secret waterfall, Rio Electrico, and back out to the road to share with you guys a few unknown spots, a few lesser known locations as part of these photography guide per se. So I'm excited to hear what you guys think, especially for those of you who are planning to go to El Chalten. I think this is gonna be really helpful to list down all these locations, and a few of them, you know, you may not have seen before. Some of them are obviously really popular, but I hope that this will help you in your planning for your trip. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. For those of you who are subscribed to the channel and watching all the videos, I hope that you've enjoyed this one. This is sort of the last trip that I'll do to Patagonia for a while. Some background info. I know a lot of you guys know that I've been working in Patagonia for a long time. I used to be a tour leader with G Adventures down there, working since 2011. Took a bit of a break in the middle of the 2010s, and then came back in 2017 with Brendan, 2018 with Thomas Heaton, 2019 with Thomas Heaton, 2023 again with Brendan, and then this year I was running a private tour for 5 photographers who hired me to help guide them around Patagonia. So that's something that I'm going to start doing in the future, is more sort of scouting trips and private tours for smaller groups that are looking to experience something unique. So that's a bit of a background information there, but just for the sake of cutting this off and not making the video too long, this is the end of the first part. And part 2 of the guide to the best photography locations in El Chaltén, Patagonia is coming up next. I'll see you in that video.